everyone. How y'all doing? Was almost not going to do a live stream, but then decided why the hell not? Keep, as I say, another day, another dollar, another live stream. Um, Stuff going on in the world right now, Um, just terrible with obviously what's been happened today in Nottingham. Another another stabbing. One one in France last week. That was just horrific. You're talking just babies were getting stabbed. Obviously, this, was at night. These young, still very young, in their late teens, still obviously very horrific. What happened? Two Nottingham students who were murdered. There was a Grace Kumar. She was just 19 years old. It's just horrific. And I just feel I feel it could happen again. It's going to happen. Something else will happen in a couple of days' time. It could be something in London, an incident there. It would surprise me. Hi, Finola. How are you? How you doing? Um, so yeah, with the news today, so you have Donald Trump. Donald Trump was arrested. Um, Donald Trump. This was in Miami. He went to the courthouse. I believe it was about our time, Greenwich Mean Time. It was about 7 o'clock. He arrived at the Miami Federal Courthouse. He arrived there, and then he was placed under arrest by the deputy U.S. Marshals. And there was so overall there's been 37 charges, and he's pleaded not guilty to all of them. Willful retention of national defense information, making false statements, representations, and conspiracy to obstruct justice, and he's pleaded not guilty to all 37 charges. With this, I have to say the stuff that's going on right now with Trump. I'm not saying that I'm not saying he's guilty as sin, but then I'm not saying he's 100% innocent either. But this is definitely this is political. This is politically motivated. I feel they're out to get him. They want him in prison, probably for the rest of his life. The left, but I think it's this chess game going on that you've got with the Republicans and the Democrats, because you've got all that stuff was about 7-10 days ago with Joe Biden's son Hunter, with Hunter Biden's laptop. You've got that stuff that the mainstream media are obviously not going to report on, and then you've got obviously the stuff, but then you got all this stuff with Trump as well. So I think it seems to be this chess game. It's we're gonna how can we get the focus off of Hunter Biden? Well, let's really go in on hard on Trump. You've already got that. You've got Trump. Was it a civil case with that woman that was they found the court that he did sexually assault her? It wasn't actually like proper full on rape, but they found that he had assaulted her though, and they had to pay her. I can't remember what the amount was, but that was in New York though, New York court. But I think this is a politically motivated thing though. They're gunning for him. They want him in prison. It was interesting because Edward Snowden said on Donald Trump, he said, all kidding aside, it's not wrong to say that the indictment of Donald Trump for mishandling classified documents is a case of selective prosecution. Right, exactly. Spilled secrets are very much the currency of Washington, and Trump was not alone in splashing them around. I bet. He was just the least graceful, I guess. Still, it's hard to feel sorry for a man who had 4 years in the White House to reform that broken system, instead left it in place to the detriment of the American public. He is caught within the same gears his own hands once turned. So that was a very interesting tweet there on Edward Snowden. There was some of that stuff, a lot of that I agreed with. Not all of it, though, I would say I agreed with, but some of that I definitely agreed with when it came to with Snowden. Hi, Maureen. Hi. Finally joined us. You're back. So Julie, what's Julia Cass saying? Dodgy politicians, Bojo, Trump, Sturgeon. I wonder who next. Simon Conveni or Leo Varadkar. Not that familiar with those guys, Julia Cass. Let me. Simon Conveni. He's all right. Minister for Enterprise Trade Employment in Ireland. All right, I see. I see. So he kind of had some involvement in the Brexit negotiations, did he? Something about a Catherine Zappone controversy, but I'm not that familiar with him. That's not a name I'd heard of before, though. Um, but yeah, I mean, but with Trump, I mean, I always feel Trump's a survivor, and I just feel for whatever reason that, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if for all 37 charges he was declared not guilty. It wouldn't surprise me. Um, I mean, or that that he might be only guilty a few of the charges, and then he would avoid actually spending time in jail, suspended sentence kind of thing. That's maybe as bad as it would get. But I have a feeling that he would avoid jail. I don't know what it is. I mean, but he always seems to avoid it, doesn't he? All the chaos around him, His former lawyer, Cohen, was it Michael Cohen, went to jail. He just he'll avoid a lot of this shit. He just always he always finds a way, Trump, He always finds a way. Mosquitoes, Maureen. Yeah, it was interesting you saying about mosquitoes, because I was reading something that like Bill Gates, he has all these factors when it comes to like artificially made mosquitoes. So Bill Gates has got, I don't know, he might have overall 12 factories where all these mosquitoes are. And I've never had a problem anyway. I've been with mosquitoes, but yeah, you got to be pretty careful, right? And that is true. What the same with what Bill Gates has. It wouldn't surprise me. With stuff you hear about Gates and the vaccines and stuff, with that experimental stuff with the stuff in India and what have you. No, no, I don't follow Irish politics. I'm afraid, Julie Cass. I barely follow Scottish politics. It's just, you know what they say about politics, right? Showbiz for ugly people, right? Trump's mother was a real lady. You think so, Fanoa? His bro owns a big sandwich factory. All right. Is that in Ireland, Julia Cass, or is that somewhere else? I like to follow the Dallas debates. It's maybe something I'll have to check one day, see that's what that's like. Fanola, yeah, Maureen's missed it. She's missed a few of these live streams, yeah, but I wonder where Kara's at. Maybe Kara's, I don't know, maybe it was late for her, she's fallen asleep, but she was commenting on some of my stuff earlier. Green Core. Right, right. I'm not familiar with Green Core. I've heard of the company Glencore. Oh, I see. I see. Right. But what do you guys think with this Donald Trump stuff, though? What do you think, though? Do you think, I mean, whether you think he's guilty or not, but do you think he'll end up getting charged? What are your thoughts on this? I was reading something that Trump stopped at a Miami cafe to say a prayer. So that's maybe something. Yeah, I'm sure that's a bit for show for the cameras, but stopped. Trump stopped at a bakery after his court appearance in court and was met with prayer. The power of prayer is real. Some of the hate hatred for Trump is unreal, though. Whether you like him or not, though, the hatred, though, trying to compare him to Hitler, though, it's like I don't believe that. Yeah, the timing's not been the best, isn't it, Maureen? But hopefully we'll get fine. I always have to give you that, yeah, 20-30 minute warning, right? Yeah. He's got plenty of money, Julio Cass. Absolutely. Yeah. Trump's got the money. But I don't know. I mean, he might not have I don't think it still might be irrelevant though if he has all the money, you know? I mean, I don't know if Trump will be in that position. Would he go as far let's say he is guilty, right? Would he go as far as trying to like find a way to pay off the jury? I mean, would he be one of those dudes who would do that? You know? So you're kind of indifferent towards Trump, Fanoa. Right, right. Yeah, we missed you too, Maureen. Yeah, Cara was asking. Yeah, as I said, Cara was asking for you. Oh, Andrew. So Andrew Tate is saying he's back tomorrow. Tomorrow we are back. They tried to stop an force. The Matrix will be destroyed. Watch it here live tomorrow, June 14th at 11 p.m. Romanian time. Of course, Romanian time. So, would you guys? Do you feel like watching Andrew and his brother Tristan tomorrow? They're going to be back. As always, they always go on about the Matrix. That's what they latch on to. You know, when they do something bad, what happens, right? It's always it's Matrix, their fault, right? Tate was trolling about the BBC interviewer about Lucy. She was trying to ask him a question. Tate was trolling, saying, "When I first met Lucy, it was clear I'm an object of her obsession. Fascination was woven into her veins, consuming her senses of love untamed. Her every thought, a delicate dance with my name." Gee, I think this guy thinks he can rap, right? Cara means face in Spanish. Ah, interesting, Maureen. Love or hate? Yeah, it's like Donald Trump and Andrew Tate are the same, right? Love and hate, love and hate. I'm surprised they haven't been pictured together right yet for Noah. But I think I know Trump Jr. does speak to Andrew Tate. They've met and I think they've even been photographed together. So what do you guys think of the post that I had about the Nicola Sturgeon t-shirts? What do you guys think of that? Um, did you prefer option A, option B, option C? Let me know. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not a Trump fan, Maureen. That's all good. Any opinion you have? What do you think about Biden though? Sturgeon, no, she was released, Joe. Sturgeon's released, and yeah, with Nicola Sturgeon though, some people are trying to claim it's misogyny. You know, the reason that she got arrested. They're trying to play the gender card. Um, but then you've got buddy Hamza Youssef, right, or what we all like to call him, Hamza Useless, saying that he's not going to suspend Nicola Sturgeon from the SNP, and that Nicola Sturgeon is still an asset to the SNP, it's the Scottish National Party. Um, the SNP leader called his predecessor the most impressive politician in Europe, as he called for a unified approach from his party. They're going in the shitter. She's claiming, innocent of any wrongdoing, but I don't know. I just I don't feel that's the case. I really do. I really don't. Yeah, it was on my community page. You might not. You'd have to probably, if you go and click on my channel and click on community, you'll see the different T-shirt ideas I created free. The third one wasn't the clearest though, but basically, the third one said Nicola Sturgeon, and then underneath it had pronouns, and it had Isla slash Bryson as her pronouns. Cara means friend in Irish. Ah, interesting, interesting. We have to tell her that. Ah, I see, Maureen. I see. I could leave a link. Just 1 second. I'll leave a link. I've left the link now. Just oh, you guys see it there. Um, let's see what's okay. So you love your Irish words, Joacas. Yeah, I love Irish people. I really the accent. It's the accent I really love. It's just the Irish I've got in me. Hi, Smeg. Hi, how are you? This is one of my. I would say this is one of my biggest fans here, guys. The Smegmeister. I was meaning to do this before, mate, but I'm going to give you a big shout out. To shout out to Smeg right now. He's a top guy. He's been one of the guys who's been behind me since day one, and I appreciate that. Appreciate the love, mate. Yeah, they are pretty nice. Yeah, yeah. The third one you might not see it the clearest, Maury, and yeah, Nicola Sturgeon pronouns Isla dash Bryson slash Bryson. It was Tony. I don't know if Tony would be here, but yeah, I don't know. Is he gotten bad early? We might not. You might not be here now, but Tony was talking a lot about the t-shirt ideas. They would sell like hotcakes. So, what's your thoughts, Julio Cass in Dublin? Would you recommend me going to Dublin, or what's your thoughts on that? You find it very depressing. Mm. Pretty expensive as well, from what I've heard, eh? Hmm. So maybe, yeah, maybe it's not that it's all cracked up to be, right? Hmm. I remember some people. I think I said it before. People were saying about Belfast. They found Belfast to be like a bit of a a dodgy area. Um, But check out the t-shirts if you haven't already, Juliacast. Pick one on some of my community page. The Sturgeon t-shirts. So with this stuff with the Donald Trump's sons defend their father as they would. Trump's adult sons publicly supported their father on Twitter as he appeared in a federal courthouse. Eric Trump retweeted Rep. Jim Jordan, who claimed there are separate standards of justice for the Biden family and Trump family. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. I mean, nothing's going to be done about Hunter Biden, obviously, because, his old man's the president. That should tell you everything, you need to know right there. Thank you, Smith, for the donation, bro. Thank you. You're going to get a shout out one of my next raps, mate. I promise you that. My father is from Carrick. Mother is from a village near. What? Now, you've got that Irish blood in you, right, Maureen? Well, I've got it on me. My grandfather. Well, my great grandfather was from on my mom's side. Was from Ireland. Well, I might come down one day, Finola. One day. As expensive as it might be for a pint of Guinness, maybe one day I'll come down for a few days, a long weekend. Hi, John. How's it going? Did you see the t-shirt designs earlier, John? The Sturgeon ones. It's on my community page. But at this Trump outside, I think it was the courthouse, there ended up being a man in a prison uniform was arrested for running in front of the Trump motorcade. Gee, there's always some maniac. Apparently, this was a Cuban restaurant Trump went with, right? Trump trying to show, obviously, he's a man of the people, right? A guy who's a billionaire, but he's one of the people, There's only so much of that stuff you can buy into with Trump, right? I mean, there's probably some, parts of Scotland you wouldn't like Julia Cass. That's just how it is. You maybe think they're super weird feel. You get back home, get back to the motherland, right, Maureen? John can't see them right now. Ah, right. I see. No, I know that must have been an error typo, right, John? This is a link. I had to. My week and win video got removed. So copyright with bloody UEFA. I'll have to go in and edit it again, and then a couple of clips take out and put in some new ones. But for now, I just done a montage, and I just had these couple of these songs like pianos playing in the back, and I've added and this is just a montage, Scotland football team montage. But check it out though; it's very nice. Though it's still quite good and it fits, Smeg, no, he wasn't really proper arrested, no, because basically it was really him showing up to a Miami courthouse, and right away they placed him under arrest. There was talk about Trump. Trump 2 months ago when he had the thing in New York in the court. Trump was talking about he wanted to go in the police car, come out of the police car, and then be in handcuffs. But he wanted that. But they were like, no, you're not having that. Because really, I think what Trump, you right, if he came out in handcuffs, right, he would look like a martyr. He would look like the martyr. He would be the hero, right? And that was the thing with the yeah. I'm gonna get it sorted, Modi, and I'm gonna edit that week and win video, get it up again. But yeah, with that stuff, Smeg, there was the whole thing earlier today that there was no mugshot, he wasn't placed in handcuffs. So I don't know if you could call it like a proper arrest though. Not really. No. Something happened Infirmary Road. Hmm. So is the Philip Schofield? Is it the story totally died down, guys, or anything else? You come out? Have you guys heard anything? I suppose there was just that stuff about the Snapchat things from yesterday, right? Yeah, Callie, because Callie did a video on that. But I know somebody when it comes to Holly Willoughby, there was someone else that she. No, it was a Jason Gardner who was the guy that was one of the judges on Dancing on Ice when he left the show in 2019. He felt at that point that he was when it came to Holly now that he was disposable. It was like he didn't exist anymore to her. And again, that doesn't surprise me. I'm sure there's quite a few people who could say that they felt that way when it came to Holly and how she dealt with them. Oh, it's a jail in Dublin. I see, Maureen. Right. I don't think he's actually planning a comeback, Julio Cass, but some people have said that where he might end up, he might end up in on Talk TV. Some people think that he's going to end up being a presenter on Talk TV. So maybe Jeremy Kyle ended up on there. Look what happened to him. John, you're referring to Schofield, right, John? Five knuckle shuffle. I was a WWE fan back in the day, John. Smeg is a member of level 1. Thanks for becoming a member, bro. But yeah, John, I was a fan of wrestling back in the day, and there was a move called the five knuckle shuffle, right? It was John Cena. You may know the wrestler Cena, and Cena does the whole thing. He does the "you can't see me," goes off the ropes with his fist, bang on his opponent. And then I found out later on that what the five knuckle shuffle meant, right? And yeah, good for you to join Smeg, my friend. Um, but yeah, I had no idea young naive kid. I had no idea what that meant though back in the day. Hiya, Tony. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, John Cena. Obviously, he's the big Hollywood actor now. He's going to end up probably being. He'll surpass probably Dwayne Johnson maybe in a couple of years, right? Why do you want to know my birthday, Smag? Um, my birthday isn't till December, mate. Stuff. Yeah. So, did you get a chance to see the t-shirt designs earlier for the with the Nicola Sturgeon? I'm just seeing this now though on Twitter. So one of the person who's going to replace Elon as the Twitter boss, I believe her name is a Linda. I can't pronounce her surname. Yasar. She was the former group chair of YMU, the former agency of Philip Schofield, right? And this is also a woman. Is she a member of the WEF as well? So I don't know if this Linda woman is someone who we can trust, right? GBUs, Holly will be taking a page out of Meghan Markle's playbook. Yeah, that's true enough. Great granddad escaped on a ship to Brittany. I'm looking forward to it, bro. I'm looking forward to it, Smag. Yeah, Tony. So I've done some find it on my 1 second. I would just get you the link right now. You'll see the different t-shirt designs I did on my community page. There's the link there. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the stuff obviously with not in Nottingham, John. Um, you know, I mean, what happened last week as well in France, the stabbing there. It's just horrific. And I just wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, I hope to God it doesn't happen. But if in 2 days' time we hear that like something's happened in London, a big like thing like that, it wouldn't surprise me. Nah, you're a good man, Spag. Love you, bro. Yeah. Well, what do you think of the shirts, Tony? Was there one you prefer? You got a prep? Kata. There you are. Welcome, Kata. Tony had just came on as well. I was talking to him about the designs for the t-shirts. Probably this I would my personal favorite that I did. I'd probably say the second one personally, but we can play about obviously with the designs and for prison, yeah. Uh-huh. The full story will come out with something new. In the meantime, Holly will go. Yeah, you don't know. I mean, it's not really a big thing anymore like it was a few weeks ago. I mean, think about 2 weeks ago, right? We were probably all thinking like this story is never going to go away, and now it's not really a story anymore, right? Um, it was everywhere though. That was the main that thing in the British media was Philip Schofield for about 3 4 weeks. Um, yeah, thank you, Cara. Yeah, exactly. And remember, remember we were saying before, we can do mugs, we can do cups, we could do caps, we could do hats, we could do hoodies, we could do jumpers, we could do a lot of things, right? Yeah, Maureen's back in the house. Yes. There's any more on the Trump story? Is it Trump's birthday today as well? Is it? Someone said that. I don't know. They were just trolling him. Someone said here, do you know who is really behind the Donald Trump indictment? Hint, it's the same person that will eventually destroy Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. And I'm like, well, who the hell are you talking about there? Who, who's that supposed to be? Julio Cast, the lawyers are threatening Penny Bunny. Really? She had a letter. Wow. I wonder, do you think they'll come for me next? Hi, Lenny. I, I, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the mainstream media are pretty hard on him. I don't think sections of like the Daily Mail don't even seem to like Trump. I don't know about that. I mean, what's your take on a guy like Biden, though? What do you think about him? Nicola Sturgeon, Dan Court. Ah, Sturgeon, Dan Court. I'll take a note of this, Tony. Day in court. Did that just come out earlier? Penny was talking about that. Something threatened by a letter. Hmm. Henry Kissinger. Yeah, I mean, Henry Kissinger, John, the guy that said that the military are nothing but dumb animals, right? And they're just pawns. Julia California, people are betting the media. Yeah, absolutely. We are the you mainstream media. Yeah, CNN is an absolute joke, Lanny. Eh? I mean, I think CNN's now been caught out by that and Project Veritas. They've been caught out saying that the next the next pandemic is going to be climate change. Climate change is going to be the one they're really going to push. That's their game. That's their goal. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing, is it, Lenny? Trump derangement syndrome. Absolutely. You know, and and they give they give Biden and his son Hunter a free pass. They're not talking about the Hunter Biden laptop stuff. You had Daily Mail to their credit who covered it, but you don't see anything happening here with you know what I mean? It's like even the Balenciaga stuff, right? That the people on the View tried to say stuff about, oh, that like this is just like they tried to like blame it on the far right and try and say that, or blame it on racism or whatever. It's just like, no, these elite people are into PD, you know what? Simon Schofield's lawyers were on to Penny. Oh, right. Well, she found a lot of stuff on Simon, when it came to photographs and stuff I couldn't find, Finola. But then I didn't really go out of my way to do the digging for it. I think personally, Penny Bunny should have just maybe left it alone though. Like when she was saying that she thinks that maybe Simon might be gay in that, she maybe should have just left that alone. That's just me though. But certain things you do have to watch what you say though. Two Face Theater is a possible grooming ground. Maybe. Yeah, I think her channel's still up, Maureen. Yeah, she was doing a live stream earlier. So, Humza Yousef trending now. Seems to be some stuff, not some very good things here. More bad shit when it comes to the SMP. I mean, you guys have to see this though. You've maybe seen this before though with Hamza and Nicola Sturgeon. I'll leave the link though if you guys have Twitter. Take a look at this. Yeah, Boy George, Lanny, right? I mean, Boy George ended up on I'm a Celebrity. Boy George, he's part of that like black eye club. Have you seen all those photos of those celebrities have black eyes? And it's like some of the people that end up with black eyes is weird, isn't it? You think like you see photos of like Kanye West, Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Lopez. It's very odd that black eye club, right? Phil's probably just, in his very swanky flat, just hoping it's going to go away, and but I don't know. Well, that's the thing, Tony. I mean, it's probably going to be one of those things. I don't know if I'd be making money off of it, but then I don't know if I really care to make money off of it. I mean, in that website, it was just like a basic website where you design a T-shirt. I think it would for each T-shirt to get, for me to get one to purchase one, it would cost £12. But then I imagine there's probably other costs that go on, shipping costs, what have you. Would be a little bit more than £12, but um I don't know if I would sell it for about 18 to £19, but again, I don't really care to make money off of them though, to be honest. But yeah, Lenny, look up the back of the Black Eye Club. Look that up. You'll maybe find stuff on Twitter and yeah, Boy George. It was weird because he was doing a interview with Rod Stewart, Maureen. Did you see that a couple of weeks ago? I think the BBC banned the interview as well, right? So I don't know what things that they were saying on there that led to the BBC banning it, but there seems to be some stuff here though with the SMP. It says documents before the court show law firm conspired with legal expenses insurer to bury claim against NHS Grampian, which then went on to reveal massive wrongdoing. Involvement of Humza Yousaf, John Swinney, and Scott Gov keep info buried from scrutiny. So there you go. Yeah, the stuff that Boy George and Roger, I had a feeling they probably were crossing the line a little bit, right? I didn't even. I think the interview's online. I haven't bothered checking it out yet, but no, Lanny. Simple answer to your question: no, they wouldn't. No, he's actually touring with Rod Stewart. Why would Rod Stewart want to get involved with him? Why George? But then Rod Stewart, this is the guy that's taken the JAB about 5 times, right? So now all of a sudden he's trying to say that he stopped being friends with Trump because his wife said she didn't like his attitude towards women, you know. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But gee, yeah, I don't know why he would, you know. But then you got Boy George, who is he like? He owes like £1 million something to one of his bandmates. Um, was it the drummer in that group, Culture Club? I think it's the guy that you see in the Band Aid video, right? And then Boy George, he showed up to that song, didn't he? Do the video? He showed up late, right? He wasn't there with everyone there. He had to do his song later on. He had to do his part later on, right? John Moss, yeah. He's the guy kind of like at the end was like shaking maracas. You see him just a couple of seconds, right? Is that him? How could you 5 hour Andrew Tate video, Tony? Jeez, oh. Yeah, yeah. So you turned off after 10 minutes. Yeah, I could only, I couldn't stomach him. I could only watch a little bit of it. Yeah, same here. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Class A's missed Live Aid. Yeah, I heard about Live because Live Aid. Lenny, was it that UB40 didn't get invited on Live Aid? I think they had an issue, didn't they? Bob Geldof didn't like them for some reason. Um, they said that there was no black acts who appeared on Live Aid, but I don't know how true that is. Right? Maybe he meant like black solo singers because Sade, she was on the Live Aid, wasn't she? So now prison. That's another good one, Tony. I've got to write that down. Excellent. So now prison. Well, that's pretty decent, is it? 1.75 million for John. Wow. And did he contribute towards the writing, Maureen, or yeah? I suppose that was technically a band, was it, Sade? No, Live Aid was 1985, Geocast. How's my song going? What one, Tony? You mean the We Can Win one, or that one? I have to edit the video to get it back up. But I have got the montage of the video clips, and I've took the song out, and then I've put in this background music, piano playing. Um, like Paul Young. Yeah, my mum was really into Paul Young. Sorry, I don't mean to make you feel old, Julie Cass, saying my mum's into her, but she likes. Showing his old stomping grounds when he was a new romantic. Yeah, I think that was not a bad scene in the 80s with the bands in Britain, Maureen, right? I mean, you had there was a good few bands. I mean, uh, Tears for Fears. I think they were a pretty good band, right? I like some of their stuff. Yeah, yeah, Lenny, yeah, Shadi. Still quite attractive woman, right? Phil Collins played the two shows here in America on the same day. Hmm. Right, right. Okay. Johnny hates jazz. Hmm. Don't know that one. This is the video, Tony. This is like a montage I've done of the Scotland football team. Check that out if you get a chance. Tears for Fears turned down Live Aid, regretted it. They don't think it would be a biggest deal. Ah, right, interesting. Yeah, I think I heard about that before, Lanny. Yeah, yeah. Were they not aware? Were they not away on tour at the time as well in America? But I know that their song was featured quite heavily in the show, though, wasn't it? Collins, Tony. Yeah, yeah. It's the early stuff, isn't it, Maureen? The early stuff's good. Shout, Head Over Heels. Obviously, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Mad World. There's some good ones there. I think even Buddy Noel Gallagher came out and said that they were the best. He thought they were the best band in the 80s. You know, he might have had a point. You know. Well, it was mostly British artists in Atlanta that did Live Aid. It was pretty much all British artists, I think, right? Because even with the Band Aid song, I think the only American group who were on that song, if I'm right, were it was Cool and the Gang, right? Because they happened to be on the same label as the Boomtown Rats. Well, it's interesting, Maureen. A lot of people in hip hop like Shadi, you know, her stuff. Their stuff gets sampled. Um, but Smooth Operator, Your Love Is King. They're really they're classics. Dire Straits. I know that name, but I haven't really heard much of their stuff. Hi, I'm Marvin. How are you doing? You're going to start a YouTube channel soon about. You might, if you do that, Tony. It might not last long though. You know what YouTube are like. Lizzie, we're gone by 1983. Bad day from drug addiction. Right. Yeah, my old man Lenny went to see Finn Lizzie in the 70s. It was like a students' union here in Aberdeen. And I think he sneaked in through the back. He had to climb over a wall to get into the students' union. So he didn't have to end up paying. Um, and this was just like, students' union, right? But it's Finn Lizzie, right? But they had already agreed to do the gig. It was before the hit came out, The Boys Are Back in Town. So imagine that time, boys are back. Imagine that back then, boys are back in town's out. You haven't got a ticket to see them. You sneak in over the back to get in. You don't have to pay. I mean, that would have been something, right? My old man as well. Even the students' union, before they had their big hit, it was America, Horse with No Name. He saw some really big acts. Back in the day. My old man, some of the people he saw McCartney, he saw Bob Dylan. Never saw Lennon or Harrison though, or even Ringo. But wow, Tony. And is this because of? Did you suffer from what, Tony, or was it because you took the JAB? Or that's horrible what you went through though, mate. Yeah. Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Doo, doo. Whitley Bay. All right, Spanish City. I'll look that up, Maureen. Whitley Bay. There's a steak and seafood place, is there? Seaside town. Hmm. Hmm. It's maybe a place one day. Have to check out. Yeah, John, I heard about that. I heard about the AI song with McCartney and Lennon. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's going to be one of those things. There'd be a lot of Beatles fans out there that would be curious to hear it, But I mean, I suppose would I be curious to hear what it ends up sounding like? Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I did hear McCartney. It was a McCartney AI voice doing "Beautiful Boy." And actually, to be fair, it sounded okay. Some of these AI songs can sound okay, but then other songs just don't fit and don't sound right at all. I'm not a huge AI hater, but I'm not a big fan either, though. So you've been through a lot, shit. Jeez, Tony G, still here, still smiling. How it should be. Yeah, I mean, I had it as well. My whole family had it. My parents had but my brother, I didn't have it. My brother didn't have it either, but my brother ended up getting it. I was okay. I wasn't too bad. Just a bit of flu. Felt like crap. Didn't want to get out of bed. But my brother, he was in a real bad place. Had to go to hospital, and yeah, but he was fine though. Within a day or so, that was day and a half. He was day and a half after getting put in the hospital. He was then released. So ended up okay. Depeche Mode. Got a human. He was one of the main people, wasn't he? But this kind of started out with the whole electronica stuff back then, right? Priest let you drink beer. Very generous priest, right, Maureen? I suppose it did depend, Finola, right, of people who like the at risk groups, right? Oh, you live near Whitley Bay, Julia Cass. Maybe if down the line one day, maybe that would be a place for a get together. Some of the regulars here, Whitley Bay, maybe catch up, have a few drinks. Maybe that would be something. Super strict in Ireland. I went to get a coffee at Limerick Colbrook Station, and then I had to show them a license. Yeah, they were like this. They were really super strict with these things, but it's kind of gone away now. It's all pretty much for not a big deal anymore, and you can get about, travel, and it's not really a problem. But it was pretty bad though. People, I think you think, oh crap, how bad was it? What it was like, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. But fortunately, we were able to get past it though. And Sister Sledge, Tony, yeah, yeah, I like their songs. Like, I don't know what it is, like the Greatest Dancer song. That's real catchy one that I enjoy listening to. Um, and that was the one, the Sister Sledge Greatest Dancer, that Will Smith he sampled in the song Getting Jiggy with It. And yeah, it's a good song. Bow, 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 bow. Probably, yeah, you're probably right, Tony. Music. Without music, life would be pointless, right? I think that's a quote by Plato. Mm. Bless me, Father, if I've sinned. Yeah. Yeah, it takes me back to mass when I was a kid. If you know that, yeah. Is there a particular reason why it's called Spanish City though, Maureen? Is there Spanish people there if you like a Spanish community? No, I know, no, no, no. I know what you mean, John. It's not that it's went away. I mean, like obviously for us, when it comes to all the distancing and all that, that's gone. We can walk about, we can shake hands, people, we can interact, meet up for a pint and what have you. But yeah, we're still living with the repercussions, obviously, of this living. So absolutely, I get your point there. You're an ex DJ, Tony. Nice, interesting. Have you heard of the DJ Mark Devlin, Tony? Have you heard of him? Yeah, yeah, exactly, Maureen. Music surpasses everything, right? Race, religion, color, creed, everything. Yeah, Mark Devlin, he's a guy to check out though, Tony. He's a good I can find. He's been cancelled from YouTube though. He's been had his channel removed about 3 times, but he does some good stuff though. Let me I'll leave you a link here. Hmm. I think did Cara leave, Maureen, right? I think Cara probably fell asleep, right? To get to bed, but it's maybe a bit later than usual. I was just trying to summon up the energy to do it because I do like doing these live streams, most days. Yeah, I highly recommend you check out his stuff. Cheap steaks. Well, if it's a cheap steak though, Julie Cass, it can't be that good, right? You want a nice quality juicy steak, don't you? The Metro, Maureen. Yeah, I was at the Metro Centre when I was a kid. Yeah, it was a big thing for us to go to UCAS. Well, the Gateshead Metro Centre. I want to go to Newcastle though and see a game football team at St James's Park though one day. Be a real good atmosphere. I don't think Whitley Bay is near Whitby. Is do you know? Julia cast my nan moved down south and we spat off the top. Lenny, R.I.P. Christy Dingham from rock band Aslan, passed away today. Ah, not that familiar with Aslan, Lenny. Do you know Wishbone Ash? You familiar with them? Haven't heard of Aslan though. Durham Cathedral, John. All the Goths go to Whitby, do they, Finola? Really? I've been to Whitby before. I don't remember seeing all the Goths there. Yeah, Finola. They had Wishbone Ash, yeah, progressive rock. They had the album Argos in the 70s, yeah. The song Warrior. Tony, a member. Mackie Platinum. Thank you for joining, Tony. So I'll be looking forward to hearing some of your suggestions. And yeah, as well, you could have you on have you on the have you on some of the live streams. And also if you are not a problem, mate. And if you do use if you're on Discord, I can get you the link, send you the link later. I'll get that sorted of my personal server that I've got. Lenny, what band, in your opinion, should have been bigger, and what band are famous but shouldn't be? Gee, that's a tough one. Um, I don't know. Famous bands, that's a tough one. I suppose a lot of these indie bands are probably overrated, right, Lenny? Um, I don't know if it's of a band that could have been bigger. I remember the R&B group Damage back in the day. They were okay, but they just had a few hits. They could have been much bigger, but they could have been, I have to send you a link to one of their songs though. Let me. No, they did I think they did it was like a cover of Eric Clapton's song. Then again, though, you guys might not think that it's that good though, because of how great probably Eric Clapton's, obviously the original is. Finola, member level 1. Thank you for joining, Finola. Here's the song. Welcome. Yep, welcome. So that's wonderful tonight. The cover of Eric Clapton song. So they're more R&B group. Hollies. That was before my time, Julio Cass. We could definitely do a live stream, Tony, mate. Yes. I think it might be because, and let me know if you're right, guys, because Maureen can't see the membership option. Is that because of based on like a certain mobile device that you have that you can't see the join button? That's maybe the problem. I know Cara had a problem with seeing it initially, but then she got it sorted. I think she had a problem though. She had joined it, but then it was like adding her bank details, and then you have to be linked up onto Google Pay, Google Wallet, and then right away you get on. It might be if you're because you're using your mobile, Maureen, you're on your laptop. I remember you. I couldn't remember. Is it? Are you on your computer or are you just on your mobile? Yeah, for no, I was listening to Holly's some of their stuff, right? I was listening to some of the Holly's stuff. When was it? Can't. It was a few days back. I think it was on the 60s channel. And yeah, some of the stuff was not bad though. Yeah. Eric Clapton, good, Derek and the Dominoes. What about Cream though, Julia Cass? Surely he was good in that group as well, right? Bands that could have been bigger, or you were saying bands that shouldn't be famous. God, I have to think that's a tough question though. That last one. Um, yeah, that second part to that question was a tough one though. Yeah, it might be the browser for the desktop, Maureen. That's what that might be. Yeah. Caracas is like Jamiroquai. Interesting. I have to check that out. Coldplay or Gash, but massive. Yeah, we'll talk soon, mate. Thank you. Thanks, Tony. Thank you very much. Have a good night, mate. The Hollies really evolved. Yeah, let me. Please. So they were still around in the mid 70s, right? So they did kind of evolve around the same time, obviously, like when the Beatles, they evolved as well, right? Because I suppose the Beatles are the ones who get the credit, right, for the one that they evolved their style, right, and their sound. And but then obviously, guys, people would say that the Beatles sound the same. The Stones, no, sorry, the Stones sounded a bit the same. The Who, U2 didn't really sound that different. Their sound was kind of the same, has been the same over the years. But well, it's interesting you say that, Lanny, because there's always something a bit weird about Leonard Cohen, right? And I heard stories that Leonard Cohen really he was his main rule, his main job really. He was a spy. He was a spy, Lenny. He was he was maybe assistant the CIA when it came to mind control. Um, he was a very funny character. Leonard Cohen. I think he was even a spy at one point for Fidel Castro. Um, yeah, he was a funny one. Suzanne by Leonard. I haven't heard that one. I have to check that out. Suzanne Vega character. Suzanne Nadine Vega. She's kind of like folk kind of music. I'll check her out. Oh, no worries, Cara. Thought you may have fallen asleep on us there. The Jam, Paul Weller. Yeah, Town Called Malice, right? It's a classic song. Nobody really gets famous without or discovered without getting compromised. Yeah, I feel that way. I feel that way, Lenny. I think everybody has to play the game. If it's not like you're sleeping with like a high up executive, it's even worse. It's you're pushing the satanic occult agendas, you know. Tracy Chapman Maureen. Oh, There's a really good song, Maureen. I could send you. I could send you later on Twitter, right? Of an AI song of fast cars, and it's Kanye West's voice. I know Kanye is a very sketchy character of shit he's said, but Kanye in the Kanye voice, that fast cars song really is a nice song. I can send you that link later. Viola Beach. I'm taking a note of this, Cara. Viola Beach. Yeah, Viola Beach. Never heard that name. I think I've heard the level 42 though, Julie Cass. Yeah, I've heard that name. Oh yeah. Fast Cars is amazing. Yeah, yeah. I don't think she likes people using that song a lot though, right, Maureen? Because I think she sued someone over using it. I think it was maybe Nicki Minaj, but then they didn't get the proper sample clearance. Um, I mean, that sample of that song, the song Gabrielle Dreams, she used that, and Gabrielle, I mean, she's got some good songs, you know what I mean? Like Rise. Um, was it When a Woman Wants Her Man? The one she did with East 17's pretty good as well. Yeah. Yeah. Some of her stuff's not bad, Gabrielle, eh? Yeah. Doesn't like impersonators. It was just really that one song though, eh? With Fast Cars, just because it was so, so good. So that she was just always remembered for that. Yeah, Lenny, Gabrielle, Have You Ever? Yeah. Her and East 17 are on that. Yeah. The boy, Brian Harvey singing. Um, it's funny. I came across a video of Brian Harvey. I don't know. Is he got like a podcast or something? He was doing a video. He was laying into Alex Belfield, calling him a fraud. And I know he's had his issues over the years, though, mental health. And John, I was listening to Ian Judy and the Blockheads. Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick. I was listening to that a few days ago. Yeah, yeah, I know, Cara. I know. It is quite sad, his downfall. He did actually have a point, though, when it came to Alex Belfield, though. Because he scammed his followers out of a lot of money. The cars. Yeah, were you on the were you on the live stream yesterday, Lanny? Were you talking about the cars that draw? Was it someone else? Duran. I wouldn't say they're my cup of tea, Joey Cass, but no doubt. I mean, the guys they have talent. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's a ruthless business, Lanny, isn't it? And I mean, he should at least get a little something, right? It might not amount to much royalties because I know he wasn't the songwriter at the end of the day. That it was the other boy, Tony Mortimer. Um, and some of their stuff, E17's all right. I mean, Stay Another Day. I mean, it's interesting when you listen to like a lot of the other E17 songs. It's very kind of like it's that 90s sound of kind of like that dance kind of pop stuff. And then they come out with Stay Another Day. It's like, whoa, like totally different from the stuff they were doing before. Um, it was because his brother Mortimer had committed suicide. Um, I mean, it's a real nice song, right? I mean, you hear it all the time in Christmas. Um, and it's a little bit like Extreme did More Than Words, right? When Extreme came out with More Than Words, it just like that blew everybody away, right? I mean, that's some might say that like that could be up there close to like a Yesterday, right? That song. Um, and that was totally different from what Extreme did though, right? They were proper full like heavy metal. E17 Christmas songs favorite. I personally really like McCartney's one for no, I don't know why, for whatever reason. That's Probably one of my favorite ones. The Foreigner, Julia Casson. Yeah. I mean, he's always had demons, hasn't he, Ryan Harvey? He didn't help himself when he was doing an interview on radio talking about how he did ecstasy, right? That didn't help his cause at all, right, back in the day. Yamaha better than Casio. Well, I've got a Yamaha keyboard. I have tried to compose a couple of things on the keyboard. I can do we can win on the on. I can do that at least. Brian speaks to Lee Bates, Cara. Huh? Produce magic from an awful event. Yeah, absolutely. Driving home for Christmas. Yeah, that's an underrated one, Duo Cast. Yeah, yeah, that's an underrated song. Suppose Happy Christmas War is over. That's a real good one, John Lennon. You're getting us to go way back our way about stereo MCs, Julia Cass. Well, I can remember, Julia Cass. I used to record the top 40 charts on cassette back in the day. So I'm showing my age a bit, right? Walking in the air, right, Finola? My Saviour's Day, Cliff Richard. Or Kitty Cara, right? Elder Stephen. Is that what they call the Mormons, right? Like their first, they always say Elder John, Elder that, right? Is that what Mormons refer to one another as, right? Queen and the Soldier, still remember all her lyrics. Oh, Kate Bush is a Christmas song. I didn't know that, Finola. Ah, do people dislike Sting? Um, I mean, he's maybe not everybody's cup of tea, Lanny. Maybe he wasn't super, like rock and roll. A lot of people say that the Police were a manufactured band. They were was it the boy Copeland? His dad was like high up in the CIA. That might have just that actually was a band that was put together, and um, that's there's conspiracy theories out there about that, but Gordon is a moron. Yeah, Stuart Copeland, yeah, yeah. Because some say that that was like to do like talking with the CIA thing. It was like the lyrics, like every step you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. That whole thing. That was like really talking about like CIA and spying on people, and that's what really there was the message in that song. That's a theory I've heard, but maybe that could be all bollocks. But Tom Waits, Cara. Just I've got another one. I've got 73 years old. Whoa. Hell broke loose. Hold on. Some of those songs, Tom Waits. Tom Waits. I know you've got good taste, Cara, so I'm going to take a note of that. Maureen and the Queen knew she'd seen him once before, so she let him inside down the long hall. These lyrics, I'm not familiar with them. Sorry. Ace, how long? Ace, how long? Do I know that one? 1974, right? Ace, how long? Hmm. Not sure I've heard that band though. There's some connection with them and 10cc, right? Queen and the Soldier. Take a note of that. I think you were saying about back before Fanoa. Yeah, it's one I have to check out back. Not that familiar with back though. Let's just see if any other breaking news in the world. So they've said, gee, for former England under 18 hockey player Rampage. Tributes are paid to 19-year-old stabbed to death. Gee. Killer murdered man in the 50s, stole his van, mowed down three more at bus stop. Good grief. And I just get the sad feeling that it's gonna something bad will happen again, and I don't know. It's maybe going to be a big city. It could be London. It could be centre London. These just bad things are just you just see it even in America. School shootings, how frequent they can be. It's just, all I need is the air that I breathe. Yeah, I think back was just a little bit before my time though. Um, so it was the hottest day ever. So was it today? Swaths of UK officially in a heat wave. Yeah, I was saying we're probably going to really feel it within a couple of weeks. It's Holly now. She's got our rival wine brand now. Phil, I heard his was really like it was probably like taste. Probably his wine tasted like piss, right? No one here had ever had Schofield's wine? Did they? No one ever try that? Oh, yes, right. Yeah, I do. I occasionally will check out. I hear the Hollies on music channel, 60s one. I'll hear them. Rishi Edwards, Cara. Yeah, it's a totally different culture there, Lanny, with the whole thing there. Sure grapes, Cara. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah. Rishi Edwards. He disappeared in 1985, never been found. Jeez. Is there a few conspiracy theories on that, Cara, or he was officially presumed dead in 2008, though? Jeez. Ah, right, Maureen. Maybe you're getting somewhere, right? Trying to join. Hmm. Buckfast vanilla. You started lying to people, behaving like a pompous arse. Gee. Some say he jumped off the Severn Bridge in Wales. Some said he's alive in Australia. He was always obsessed with the idea of going missing. Right. Maybe he just started a new life somewhere else, took on totally different identity, Cara. Yeah. Something about Amy Schumer was having a joke about, is it Hilaria Baldwin pretending that she was Spanish, right? And she got caught out. Yeah, that was pretty bad, right? Like that family having like the all Spanish names for their kids, and she was kidding off, but she's not no Spanish heritage at all. Hilaria Baldwin's actually Hillary Baldwin. Very strange there, right? What went on there? Maureen's now a member. Welcome. Welcome, Maureen. It can be a bit of a pain with this stuff, right? Cara was having an issue with sorting it the other day, but he drew for real in his arm. Gee. Yeah, that's terrible when people are going through shit like that when it comes to mental health, and especially back then, because people wouldn't have taken when you have a problem and wanting to talk to you, they wouldn't have took you seriously, You just told you what to man up and oh you're weak and this, that, the other. I don't know, a lot of it could be suicide, Lenny. Sadly. Night Finola, night. Take care. Cara, he was plagued with decent eating disorders, but had the mind of a genius. Yeah, most of these creative people are very, very creative, but they really are. There's something not all there, Like it goes back to like Beethoven, and or Van Gogh, and Canoe Man was living out in Malaysia. Total psychopath. Yeah, I know the Canoe Man. Yeah, I know Lenny. Yeah, I'm gonna start wrapping this up though. It's getting quite late now. My back is hurting a little bit. It's bad posture, my posh posture, as Cara likes to say. I'm just going to wrap this up. So thanks very much, guys, for joining the live stream. Thank you all. It's been really enjoyable. They always are enjoyable, these live streams. So I think tomorrow I'll probably plan on doing one tomorrow. Maybe I'll try and make it a little bit earlier, maybe around, maybe see if I can get it around 9ish. But I will maybe do a heads up, always have a post saying that I'm going to be on maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes time. But yeah, I'm just going to call it a day, call it a night. Thanks, guys. Wonderful as always. Yeah. So should see you all tomorrow then. So thanks very much, guys. Cheers.